Hello everyone. I hope all are fine and safe at home. Today I have got a very interesting lesson for you, that is the Prose-1 of 12th standard, Two Gentlemen of Verona, which is written by A.J. Cronin. Before going to the lesson, I would like to know your suggestions in the comment box for my upcoming videos. Apart from these lessons, if you want me to take up any grammar topics or any topics that is related to spoken, you can definitely give your comments. I am ready to take it. And before going into the lesson, do subscribe and share our videos to your friends and family. Thank you. Coming to the lesson, Two Gentlemen of Verona, which is written by A.J. Cronin, that is Archibald Joseph Cronin. Fine. So from the topic, what do you guess? Two Gentlemen of Verona. So Verona is a place that is situated in Italy. Okay, it's a place that is, it is a city, it's a famous city that is situated in Italy. Fine. Two Gentlemen of Verona. Coming to the topic, you might have somewhere heard this topic. Yes, you are right. So this topic is taken from Shakespeare's one of the famous plays. So you might have known about the famous dramatist, famous playwright, that is Shakespeare. He is known as the father of English dramatist. From his plays, this title, so this Two Gentlemen of Verona is one of his creations, is one of his plays. So our author has taken that title only, okay, has adapted that title only. So the reason behind this you can know through this story. Coming back to the title, Two Gentlemen. Who is a gentleman? A gentleman is who is very well and very well mannered, very well behaved, and who is full of good qualities. So such person is respected and saluted by all. Okay, so such kind of person is known as gentleman. So this is Two Gentlemen of Verona. So let's see who is that. Introduction. It is the story of two young boys who face all the challenges thrown by life with immense courage. So this story is about two boys, two young boys. Okay, so you know life is full of surprises, it is full of miracles, it will bring us anything at any time to us. Similarly, life has got some tough times, some hard times to these two boys. Okay, so how they react to it and how they overcome it. So that is the lesson. Okay, next, the theme of the lesson: one must not give up hard work and perseverance even in hard times. So hard times are very normal for all the human beings. So how we should act in our hard times, in our tough times, in our difficult times? We should work hard to overcome that. Okay, அதை ஜெயிக்கணும் அப்படின்ற எண்ணத்தை என்னைக்குமே விட்டுறக்கூடாது. So we should be continue our hard work with perseverance. Okay, that is continued effort. Fine. Then coming to the characters of this prose. Characters are Niccolo and Jacopo and the narrator. See, narrator is different, author is different. Narrator and author are not the same person. Author is the person who writes the thing, who writes the prose. Narrator is a person who says the story. Okay, அவரோட அனுபவத்தில் இருந்து ஒரு கதையை இவர் ஆத்தர் கிட்ட சொல்றாரு, அதை ஆத்தர் ஒரு கதையா எழுதுறாரு. So narrator and author are not the same person. Narrator is companion. Luigi is the driver of the narrator. Then Lucia, the nurse. Okay, Lucia and the nurse. So about these two characters I will tell you later. Shall we start the story? Yes. The narrator and his companion drove through the foothills of Alps. So our narrator is a traveler. He is fond of traveling to many places, and all the experiences he got in his mind as a memory. He gets in his mind as a memory. So one such unforgettable memory is these two boys. So once when he was to Verona, okay, which is situated in the outskirts of the mountain Alps. So you might have heard this mountain name Alps, okay. So Verona is situated near the mountain Alps, okay. So they were they were just traveling around the city Verona, and they were in the outskirts of Verona near the mountain of Alps, okay. So what happened? They were traveling in a car with the narrator, his companion, and the driver. They met two brothers. Niccolo of 13 years old and Jacopo of 12 years old. The narrator, his companion, and the driver has met two brothers, two little boys. One is Niccolo, our hero, and another is Jacopo, his brother. We have got two heroes. Okay, Niccolo is of 13 years old and Jacopo is of 12 years old. Okay, they both around them only. This story is winded off. Fine. So the first time when the narrator saw these two boys were selling strawberries. Okay, in the outskirts of Verona, that is in the mountain side of Alps. They were very enthusiastically, very happily, devotedly, they were selling the strawberries. இப்போ நிறைய இடத்துல நம்ம விற்கிறவங்க அந்த பொருட்களை விற்கிறவங்களை பார்த்துருப்போம். ரொம்ப என்ன சொல்றது, ரொம்ப சிரிச்சு ரொம்ப அந்த பழத்தை பத்தியோ இல்லை அந்த விஷயத்தை பத்தியோ நிறைய சொல்லி நீங்க வாங்கலையா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அது நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, நம்மளுக்கு வாங்கணுன்ற ஆசையை தோணும். அதே மாதிரி these two boys were so enthusiastic. Okay, so on seeing these two boys, the author was so amused. Okay, and they started a chat with him. And when he is about to buy that fruit, the driver of the narrator stopped him from buying. What's the reason? Can you guess? See, they are hawking, that is, they are selling the fruits, but their appearance is so shabby. It is so dirty. Okay, one boy is in his a cut of khaki pants, or khaki pant edo cut panna mari anganga tons kirinjalum ஒரு மாதிரி கசங்கலான கந்தலான உடைய ஒரு பையன், அதாவது ஒருத்தவன் வேர் பண்ணியிருக்கான். And the another person, that is another brother, has worn an army tunics. Okay, ஆர்மி ட்ரெஸ் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ அந்த ட்ரெஸ்ஸை ஒரு ஆள் அப்படியே கசக்கி அதை அந்த அவன் சைஸ்க்கு சுருக்கி ஏதோ பண்ணி ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, இட்ஸ் நாட் அ நீட் ட்ரெஸ் அட் ஆல். ஓகே, தே போத் வேர் டர்ட்டி. ஓகே, அண்ட் தேர் ஹேர்ஸ் வேர் டேங்கிள்டு, அதாவது முடி எல்லாம் சிக்கலான முடி, ஒரு அழுக்கான முகம், வெயிலே இருந்து ஒரு மாதிரி கறி படிஞ்ச முகம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஸோ on seeing this dirty appearance, the driver of the narrator stopped him from buying the fruit. But seeing the enthusiastic brothers, the narrator's companion bought the basket full of strawberry. Okay, then they were so happy. They did all sorts of job to earn money, shined shoes, sold newspapers, etc. They did all sorts of jobs. How come the narrator know this? The next day, he came to the city part of Verona, that is the main streets of Verona. In a particular place, the narrator happened to see the same boys again, but this time they were shining, that is, they were polishing the shoes. Okay, one by one, the customers are coming and shining their polishes. These boys are with a very happy face. They are shining the shoes and they are getting the money. When the crowd was somewhat manageable, when there is no one to polish their shoes, the narrator gradually went up to him and started a chat. They both had a friendly smile because they knew the author already, isn't it? Yesterday, the author saw them in the outskirts of Verona. Okay, so this time they were shining the shoes. The author narrator went to them and they started a talk. Yesterday I saw you in the outskirts of Verona selling strawberries, and today you were polishing shoes. Are you both doing this, or are both the jobs related to you? Then the boy said, not only these two jobs, sir, we do all sorts of jobs. We do guides for the tourists. We guide tourists to around Verona, and we sell newspapers, we shine shoes, and we sell fruits. So whatever way we earn money, we will do everything, sir. Do you need anything from us? The boys asked. And the narrator was again pleased with the boys, and the narrator said, could you take us around the town of Verona? Okay, so என்ன வந்து இந்த வெரோனான்ற டவுனை சுத்தி காமிக்க முடியுமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி narrator கேக்குறாரு. The boys were also so happy and they accepted the offer. That is, they accepted and they taken the narrator around the town of Verona. Their shabby appearance, their childishness, yet serious, steady and engaging. Slowly, day by day, the narrator came to know more about the boys. Okay, they were so enthusiastic, they were so eager. Okay, ரொம்ப துரு சுறுசுறுப்பா. They are not at all lazy. They were hard working. Okay, so அந்த மாதிரி when the narrator asks for an American cigarettes, they will go somewhere and they will get it for him. And if the narrator asks them what is a good restaurant around the place, and they will definitely say that because they knew it. And if the narrator asks them that is, he needs some kind of movie tickets, and they will be doing it. So all sorts of petty jobs, small helps, okay, which in turn they receive a small amount of money. So these things, there are lot of helps that are done by the boys to the narrator. Okay, yet their appearance is shabby, but there is some seriousness in them. Okay, they are so childish also, not so childish, and the age kuரிய childishness and the boys க்கு இருக்கு. இருந்தாலும் ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் அந்த நரேட்டர் ரொம்ப ஒரு மாதிரி ரொம்ப அட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுச்சு. என்னன்னா, இந்த வயசுல எப்படி இவங்க ரொம்ப சீரியஸா மணி இவ்வளோ ஏர்ன் பண்ணி என்ன பண்ண போறாங்க, இவ்வளோ ஏர்ன் பண்றாங்களே, இவ்வளோ சுறுசுறுப்பா இவ்வளோ சம்பாதிக்கிறாங்களே, இவ்வளோ திறமையா இந்த சின்ன வயசுல எந்த ஜாப்னாலும் செய்யறாங்களே ரெடியா அப்படின்ட்டு the narrator was so curious. And once the narrator asked the boys, why are you earning so hard? Okay, you are earning lot of money, but what are you going to do with that money? See, you are not at all eating good food. I could see that in your lean appearance, and as well as your dress is also not so good. இவ்ளோ காசு வச்சுட்டு நீங்க நல்லாவும் சாப்பிட மாட்டீங்க, நல்ல ட்ரெஸ்ஸும் போட மாட்டீங்க. But what are you going to do with that money? Do you have any different plans? ஏதாவது வெளியூர் அமெரிக்கா அப்படி எங்கேயாவது போலான்னு பிளான் வச்சிருக்கீங்களா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்குறாரு. No sir, we have got lots and lots of plans apart from that அப்படின்றாங்க. ஸோ இதனால இந்த ரிப்ளையால இதெல்லாம் ஒரு இது இல்லை, இதை விட இன்னும் நிறைய நாங்கள் பிளான் வச்சிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அந்த ரெண்டு பிரதர்ஸும் அப்பயும் எந்தூசியாஸ்டிக்காக சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ இதை கேட்டோடனே the author was much more curious. Okay, curious author shown helping hands helped to draw them to Poletta, their native. So I told you our narrator was so curious, and I told you already that our narrator is a traveler. So his trip to Verona is going to end in another 2 days. So he is going to leave Verona and he is going to a different place. But the narrator likes these two boys very much, and he wanted to know more and more about these two boys. So he was so curious, and he wantedly went to that two boys, and he asked, See, you have helped me in many ways. In many ways you have helped me. So what do you expect from me? Do you expect anything from me? So if you need any help, you can freely ask me. Okay, so like that the narrator told the boys, and the boys were quiet for a while, but the younger ones, the Jacopo, is so eager, and he is so active like a squirrel. Okay, and he says, so far in all the weekends we will be going to our native place Poleta, which is 30 kilometers away from Verona. Usually we will hire bicycles, அதாவது bicycles வாடகை எடுத்துட்டு நாங்கள் எங்களோட நேட்டிவ் பிளேஸ்க்கு இங்கேருந்து போவோம். இந்த டைம் நீங்கள் உங்களோட காரில் எங்களை ட்ராப் பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்குறான். ஓகே, பட் நிக்கோலா இஸ் ஸோ சீரியஸ். ஹீ டசன்ட் லைக் திஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் அப்ரோச் ஆஃப் ஜேக்கபோ. ஓகே, Niccolo was staring at him, but narrator says, why not? Of course, I gave an off, that is, I gave a leave holiday to my driver, and I will definitely take you to your native place. So இப்போ இது ஒரு சான்ஸ் நரேட்டருக்கு இன்னும் அந்த பசங்களை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு. ஸோ இதுக்கு மேலே தான் there are a lot of twists and turns, and there is going to be an interesting ending and also an interesting message which you can take today. So continue watching without skipping. There will be an I button on the screen. You press that for going to the part 2. Thank you.